Hello, guys and gals, and welcome to another episode of Diablo 2 Upgraded Sets. Diablo 2 Resurrected Upgraded Sets, actually, like my shirt says. Uh, although it is wearing a bit thin. I've worn this shirt quite often and washed it so many times. Man, quite a journey. So today we're going to be looking at a very interesting set that gets parted out. It is one of those sets that never really gets used together and always tends to get parted out into its various pieces. And you know, as we go over this set, you'll understand why. It is known as the Orphan's Call. Now, the Orphan's Call set has a lot of really nice pieces in it. You may have used G-Face before in one of your builds. You may have used Winston's Guard in one of your builds. You may have even used the Dual Leech Belt in one of your builds for fun. But most people don't generally put on the entire set, and there's reasons behind that. But we'll go over the set together. We'll talk about what it could be useful for, what each piece can be useful for, and we're also going to upgrade these pieces. And we're going to think about what they could potentially be good for, right? So let's start out with the gloves. The gloves are Magnus Skin Shark Skin gloves. They have 60 defense, 20 strength requirement, level 37. They have 20% increased attack speed on them, which is always nice for melee and ranged characters. 100 bonus to attack rating, which is actually quite a bit at level 37. 50% enhanced defense, fire resistance 15%, and they also have +3 to light radius. Not exactly super great gloves, but they're generically good gloves. I mean, you could use these on just about any melee or ranged character leveling up, and you could replace them with something better when you get to that level. The 100 attack rating is certainly going to be useful for you, and 15% fire resistance certainly isn't terrible. But all in all, not the greatest pair of gloves ever. We also have the belt, which is Wilhelm's Pride. Wilhelm's Pride, a battle belt, is 75 defense. It has full belt slots because it is a battle belt, so it's already a Nightmare Edition belt. It has 88 strength requirement and level 42 level requirement. It has 5% mana steal, 5% life steal, 75% enhanced defense, and cold resistance 10%. Very, very low on the resistances there. There's no variables on this piece of equipment, and there were no variables on the gloves either, so keep that in mind. The belt is really just dual leech. That's what it's good for. So if you want a dual leech belt early on, if you're on a character who could really use an extra 5% in both life and mana leech, why not? But I feel like there's a lot of better choices other than Wilhelm's Pride. We also have the shield, which is Winston's Guard round shield. I keep going toward the helmet, don't I? I'm saving that for last. 154 defense on the shield. It has 75% chance to block, but it's actually a lot higher than 75%. So 75% is the cap, okay? But you can go higher than the cap. And what this actually means is that when you are playing a character, the amount of dexterity that you need to hit 75 is less. So the higher the cap, the block chance on a shield is above 75%, the less dex you need to hit that 75% cap, which makes Winston's Guard an absolutely excellent shield for characters who have relatively low block chance. So keep that in mind. Now, Paladins have 97% block chance with this shield. Absolutely ridiculous. Amazons, Assassins, and Barbarians have 92% block chance with this shield. And who is the one? Trying to think here. There's one character that that is kind of left out on this. I don't have his block chance here. I'm gonna look it up on a website to see, and even I have to look things up from time to time. So 97% for Paladin, 92% for Amazon, Assassin, Barbarian, and 87% for Druid, Necromancer, and Sorceress, which is still really high, to be honest. So we also have 40% faster block rate on this, which is absolutely amazing. 55% increased chance of blocking, which is, of course, why the block chance is so high. So these two things in combination make for a very, very tanky shield. Your block chance is going to be going through the roof. You need very limited dexterity to hit the 75% block chance cap. And then on top of that, you get 40% faster block rate, which is going to help your blocking breakpoints. And especially if you are not a paladin, you're going to need that 40% faster blocking to hit the faster block breakpoints that you are trying to hit. We also have 175% enhanced defense on this, which is static. Half freeze duration, which is static. And usually you don't really care about half freeze duration because you're going for cannot be frozen. But it's always nice to have it just in case for some reason you don't have cannot be frozen yet. +5 to light radius on this. And of course you can add 1 socket. Winston's Guard is I'm actually kind of excited to upgrade because I think this is going to be the best upgrade of the set. And you'll see why later on. We also have Guillaume's Face Winged Helm. Guillaume's Face Winged Helm is a 217 defense, 115 strength, and level 34. It has 30% faster hit recovery, which is amazing. Definitely is going to help you with those faster hit recovery breakpoints. It has 35% chance of crushing blow, which is amazing. It's a 35% chance to deal 25% damage to the monster's current HP, not their maximum, in damage, just directly to them. It also does only 12.5% versus bosses and 10% in PvP. And ranged characters get a different mechanic. They actually have half, so they get 12.5% versus regular monsters, 6.25% versus bosses, and 5% versus PvP. We also have 15% chance of Deadly Strike on here, which is a chance to deal double damage, which is an amazing effect. And quite honestly, just a very amazing helmet all around already. 50% Deadly Strike will stack with Critical Strike, so if you are a Barbarian, if you are a Assassin, or an Amazon who already has Critical Strike, it does actually stack, but not quite the same way. So if you have 15% Critical Strike and 15% Deadly Strike, it doesn't just give you 30%. That's not how it works. And they can't actually both proc at the same time, so you don't get 4 times damage. You still only get 2 times. And it only works on physical damage, so keep that in mind. There are certain characters that Deadly Strike does not work on, like I don't believe it works on Smite or Kicks, and it does not work on Vengeance either, so keep that in mind. I'm sure there's a full list out there somewhere. But what it does do is it gives you a higher % chance that you will succeed. So laws of probability basically state that if you have 2 50% chances, for instance, and one rolls and then the other rolls, I believe the probability is 75% chance that you'll succeed with at least one of the 2 chances. It doesn't go to 100, obviously. 50 plus 50 would be 100. That's not how it works. It's just a 50% chance, then a 50% chance, which gives you a probability of about a 75% chance. So having Critical Strike and Deadly Strike together does actually help. We also have 120% enhanced defense on this, which is static. We also have 15 to strength on this helmet, which is very, very nice. So not only are you getting Crushing Blow, Deadly Strike, and faster hit recovery, but you also get a really nice bonus to strength, which will help you out with armor, weapons, and shields and such that probably have high strength requirements, like a Spirit Monarch shield with 156 strength. Now, I want to upgrade this set. But before we do that, let's talk about what these pieces could be useful for. Magnus Skin Sharkling Gloves are a generic ranged or melee character pair of gloves. They're probably not going to be best in slot for any character out there, but if you found one and you didn't have anything better, it would definitely make a good piece of equipment for a little while until you got something better, like maybe laying of hands, or a very nice crafted pair of blood gauntlets, or whatever it may be. They can be a filler. The belt is really just a life leech belt, life leech and mana leech belt. That's really all it's good for, and it gets replaced relatively quickly by things like string of ears. Just tons and tons of different belts out there that are better than this one. The shield is very specifically for low block chance characters. Anybody who's running a paladin is probably going to be running a paladin shield. So it's not for paladins. It's for characters that don't necessarily have good block chance and good blocking, faster blocking, that would like to have 75% block chance, but not want to devote every single point into dexterity to achieve it. And so Winston's Guard is great for a character who's trying to hit that 75% block chance without selling their shirt to do so. And this can work for sorceresses, necromancers, druids, barbarians, assassins, amazons, any of them. If you're trying to get 75% block chance and you just don't really want to sacrifice everything in the world to do it, Winston's Guard's a pretty good choice. We also have Guillaume's face, which, of course, is an amazing helmet for ranged characters, melee characters. It is utilized in Uber, builds. You can put it on a smiter, you can put it on an Amazon, you can put it on a barbarian. I mean, you can put it on tons of different characters, and it's absolutely great. It's a rather generic helmet, to be honest. If you are swinging a sword or shooting a bow, this is probably a very good helmet for you. It doesn't have plus to skills on it, though. And if you're a character who needs plus to skills over everything else, then you're probably going to want to go somewhere else. So let's start upgrading these items one at a time, and let's see how they turn out. So right off the bat, let's upgrade Magnus Skin's Shark Skin Gloves, which is going to need a Lem, a Co, and a Perfect Diamond. These are going to go from 60 defense, 60 defense, 20 strength, level 37, to 94 defense Vampire Bone Gloves with 50 strength requirement and level 54. It's not a bad upgrade, but I probably wouldn't do it. To be honest with you, it just doesn't seem worthwhile, worth the Lim and the Co. for a small bump in defense, especially considering I'm probably not going to be using these end game. We also have Wilhelm's Pride Battle Belt, which is going to go from 75 defense, 88 strength, 42, and I can already tell you this one's not going to be worth it because it's going to go to a Troll Belt. And the Troll Belt is 151 strength requirement, which is really high, and it only went to 110 defense with level 69. We also have Winston's Guard Round Shield, which I believe is actually going to be a good upgrade. And this one is Lem Co. Perfect Diamond as well. This one is going to go from 154% 154 defense, 75% chance to block, 53 strength, level 29, to the Winston's Guard Luna, which is 321 defense, which is a pretty massive bump in defense there. To the block chance, which I'm going to have to get back to, 100 strength requirement and level 52. So I know for a fact that when you upgrade from a round shield to a Luna, the block chance goes up. So we're going to take a look at this. I'm going to have to work these numbers out. And the round shield's block chance is 42% on a paladin, which is plus 55%. So 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, 96, 97. So yeah, 97% for the round shield. All right. But when you upgrade from a round shield to a Luna, you actually gain a block chance. So we go to 50% block chance on the Luna for a paladin, which means that the Luna goes from 97% block chance, and now it is at what, 50 plus 55, which is 105% block chance, which is just massive. The Amazon, Assassin, and Barbarian are 45%, so 45% plus 55, which is 50, 60, 70, 80, 95, so 100. So 100% block chance for Amazon, Assassin, and Barbarian. And then the Sorceress is 40% block chance with the Luna, which is, again, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, so 95% block chance with the Sorceress. So the block chance on this shield literally has gone through the roof. If you were to grab yourself a Winston's Guard Luna, this would literally be the absolutely easiest way for you to hit the 75% block chance without putting a massive amount of points into Dexterity. And let's see if we can demonstrate this, shall we? So let me go ahead and reset my points real quick. And let me put in just enough points so that I have the strength to use the shield. And let's look at my block chance. So right now I'm at 7% block chance, which is relatively low, right? So let's start putting in 5 points at a time. So now I'm at 10, 12, 15, 17, 20, 22, 25. Let's just go ahead and bump this up a little bit. 35%, 40%, 47, 53, 58, 63, 65, 68, 70, 73, 1, 2, 3. Here we go. So we are currently at 154 Dexterity, and we have the Luna on, and we're rocking 75% block chance. So 75% block chance with 154 dex. I wonder if that holds up with regular calculations. Max block on Barbarian. Now, of course, you could have some items that would give you dexterity, obviously, but it does look like, honestly, the block chances, the dex requirement is still pretty high. I'm actually kind of disappointed in that. I mean, I'm checking here on a couple websites, and according to this, maximum block for a barbarian with something like the Storm Shield, for instance, would be 203 dexterity at level 90, which is a lot. But 154, or rather 164, because I do have dexterity coming from other sources. So it would be 164 dexterity to hit the cap. Not really sure if that would actually be worth it, especially considering you could be rocking something like Storm Shield, which has the damage reduced by effect on it. Sad. I mean, I do feel like that bump in defense and the bump in block chance is definitely worth it, and if you were using a Winston's Guard in your build, I certainly don't see that as a downside. Let's also go ahead and upgrade the helmet, which I don't believe is going to be a good upgrade because it's going to go to a Spired Helm, and Spired Helm, if I remember correctly, has a relatively high strength requirement. So it's going to be 217 defense, 115 strength requirement, level 34. Which goes to 192 strength requirement, level 66 with 270 defense. Like I said, very, very high on the strength requirement there. Not really sure you would ever want to do that unless for some reason your character just had that much strength already. I don't know, maybe you were using a Medusa's Gaze or something and it didn't really matter to you. So you had like massive amounts of strength. One thing that we did forget to talk about though was the set bonus. So let's go ahead and do that really quickly. So for 2 pieces of the set, you get 35 to life, which is okay, I guess. For 3 pieces, you get attacker takes damage of 5, which is terrible. And for the full set, you get 100 defense, 20 to strength, which is kind of a nice bump, 10 to dexterity, which of course is also nice. You get 85 to life, which is a little bit more than it gives you for the 2-piece. So you get 2-piece at 35, and then the full is 85. They don't stack. You just get one and then the other. You also get all resistances 15 on this, which honestly I was actually noticing that the set really doesn't give you a lot of resistances at all. There's no resistances on the helmet. There's no resistances on the shield. There's 10% on the belt, and there's only 15 on the gloves. And then you get 15 from the full set, so really, really bad resistances on this whole set. Attacker takes damage of 5, and then 80% better chance of magic items. I can't imagine, in my mind, any character that would want to utilize this full set. I really can't. Each individual piece almost seems to be pointed at a specific character. This helmet is pointed specifically at a character who would really like to have Crushing Blow and Deadly Strike, who is a melee character. The gloves seem to be specifically pointed at a character who wants increased attack speed and attack rating and whatnot, which the attack rating doesn't go for certain characters. Like a Smiter wouldn't want attack rating, unless he was also Zealing. The shield seems to be specifically pointed at characters who normally don't block. A character who would not be using G-Face, for instance. And, you know, that's like a sorceress or a necromancer or something who wants to, like, have max block, but, you know, doesn't want to, like, put in 300 points in dexterity. We also have Wilhelm's belt, which seems to be pointed specifically at a melee or range character, but doesn't really offer a whole lot more than just 5% dual each. I really feel like this whole set is just kind of lackluster, and that's why I said at the beginning of this video that it tends to get parted out. The Winston's Guard gets parted out to people who would really like max block. The Spired Helm gets parted out to people who would really like to build, you know, like an Uber killer, things like that. And the belt and the gloves are really just makeshift pieces that you would put on characters as you level up and throw away as you know when you didn't need them. I'm kind of interested in what you guys think of Winston's Guard Luna. Now that it has basically, 105% block chance on it or whatever, do you think it could potentially be useful in a max block chance build now that it can go even higher than what it was before? Or do you think it's not really worth using? The bump in defense is certainly nice, and the bump in block chance is certainly nice, and I think, honestly, this was the best upgrade of the entire set. I probably wouldn't do the Spired Helm. I probably wouldn't upgrade the Magnus Skin or the Wilhelm's Pride. I mean, the Magnus Skin seems like an okay upgrade, but I just wouldn't waste the runes on it. The only one, honestly, that seemed worth it was the Winston's Guard Luna, which did gain block chance and a pretty nice defense bump for going up, and didn't really go up that high in level requirement, only to level 52. Anyway, I hope that you will answer the Ginger Gaming Mentor's call and hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, thanks for watching, and